These are things that are very long questions. A machlokes between Rambam and Ramban, which is a very, very helpful summary. Let me first mention Rambam. This is the Rambam in both the Hakdama to Perek Chelek and the Rambam in Hilchos Tshuva, where he talks about it. And that is the following. According to the Rambam, we have the following things. We have Yemos HaMashiach, we have Olam Haba, we have Techiyas HaMesim. Yemos HaMashiach is this world. In this world, there will be a king who will be descended from David HaMelech, who will rebuild the Beis HaMikdash and gather the exiles of Yisrael and create a world of peace, again, without discussing what are the qualifications of Mashiach. That's another shmooze that could be controversial and the like. But that's this world. And in that world, people will still die. Mashiach will die. And in fact, Mashiach will be succeeded by the son of Mashiach. There'll be hereditary succession of Malchus Beis David. Olam Haba, according to the Rambam, is the same thing as Olam HaNeshamos. And Olam Haba exists even now. The only reason it's called the world to come is it's the world to come vis-a-vis me, who's here. But it is an existing entity. That is, when you die, after Gehenna or whatever it is, your soul, not your body, is with HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the Olam HaNeshamas. So that's Olam Haba. And that is eternal bliss. That is forever and ever and ever. And the madrega of that devekus depends on how righteous you are. A greater tzaddik has a greater devekus to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. A lesser person has less of a devekus, but there's still a tremendous, tremendous pleasure. And Olam Haba lasts forever. Now the Rambam then says, at some point in Yemot HaMashiach, it may be right away, it may be 1,000 years later, it may be 10,000 years later, it may be 100,000 years later, because the Rambam does not go with the idea of 6,000 is the limit. There will be resurrection of the dead. But, this is very important, the Rambam does not look at resurrection of the dead as an end stage. The dead will be revived, and then they'll die again. Meaning, the only thing that is eternal, according to the Rambam, is Olam HaNeshamas. Techiyas HaMesim is a miracle Hashem will do, but that's not the ultimate schar. Techiyas is a big chiddush. No other svarim say like the Rambam, but the Rambam says Techiyas HaMesim is a temporary thing. That's not the ultimate goal. So, according to the Rambam, there's Olam Hazeh, Yemos HaMashiach, there's Olam Haba, and then there is Techiyas HaMesim, but after Techiyas HaMesim is Olam Haba. Now, the Ramban, who wrote a whole sefer on Schar V'Onesh, very, very chashuv sefer, Shar HaGemul, differs with the Rambam in both terminology and in substance. He actually says that when a person dies and their soul goes to Hashem, that is not called Olam Haba at all. What the Rambam calls Olam Haba, the Ramban calls Olam HaNeshamos. So that's the first thing. Olam Haba, according to the Ramban, is the new world after Techiyas HaMesim, which is forever and ever and ever. So therefore, there's Olam Haba, which what the Rambam calls Olam Haba, the Ramban calls Olam HaNeshamas, and instead of Techiyas HaMesim just being a temporary thing, Techiyas HaMesim is Olam Haba. Okay, so that's the big machlokas, the Rambam and the Ramban. Now the Ramban was a Mekubal, and all of the Mekubalim, the Derech Hashem and the like, they all follow the Shita of the Ramban on this. The Rambam Shita of Techiyas HaMesim is a Das Yochid Ma'od. And no other shitas follow the Rambam in this, as far as I'm aware. Right, so that would be the big difference.